What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 different businesses that you could start to make an extra $500 or more per month. Now, the main thing that I want to let you know before I even tell you what they are is that you need to pick one. Pick one and try it out. Do not try to start out all 5. You need to put 100% of your effort into one of these. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into what these 5 are. The first one is the one that I started with, which is eBay. So what you can do is you can find items on Craigslist, the thrift stores, estate sales. You can go onto your local Facebook group. Sometimes they will discuss little garage sales, or they will do their own sort of exchange. Kind of buying and selling. But what you're going to want to do is do research and find out items that will resell for a profit. So what I do is I purchase clothing from thrift stores and then I resell it based on what eBay tells me what they sell for. So what you can do is you can go on to eBay, the search listings, you can click on the sold listings and actually see what that specific item has sold for in the past and how often it sells for. So I will go to the retail Goodwills. I will also go to what is known as the Goodwill outlets, which is essentially just a bigger Goodwill where they will sell you the items by the pound. So it's not like the retail ones where they will have the individual price tags on it. It's all by weight, and it's the items that never sold at the retail Goodwill centers. So it's kind of like a second chance for them. So that is one way that you can resell. You can also buy on Craigslist and resell it, or even click on the free listing on Craigslist and just flip it yourself. And you will make a profit by just picking up an item for free. A lot of times people will just put out items on their driveway that are worth something because they don't want to put in the work themselves to sell the item and make money from it. So people put out money and throw out money all the time. That's why there's that whole phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Sometimes it is actually worth something. So it's definitely worth it to check the free listing on Craigslist. The second business that you can start is Etsy. Now, I have not actually personally done Etsy before. I've purchased a lot from Etsy, but I've never created a business off of it. However, I know that there are a ton of people who make a lot of money. If something that you like to do is make handmade things, I know people love to crochet things or sew things, or make jewelry. Anything that's handmade is really good for Etsy. Also, something that you can kind of blend eBay and Etsy for is while you're thrifting for eBay, you can create a separate Etsy account for specific items. For instance, a lot of times people will make vintage Etsy stores. So if you find vintage items, you can sell them for a higher profit on Etsy. As well as there are also people who will make custom high-waisted jeans. They'll rip them, they'll dye them, they'll make them different and then sell them on Etsy as a specific kind of niche market. So Etsy is a good way for you to make handmade items. They are also good for drop shipping though, which is the third business model. So both eBay and Etsy you can drop ship on. However, I think the best platform is Shopify. I love Shopify for dropshipping. It is such a great business model for 2018. If you've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, no, Shopify is not dead. There's all the gurus and everything that make those videos that say that Shopify is dead. Or Shopify dropshipping is dead. It is not. You just have to kind of do it a different way. You have to be a little bit more creative now, but it is definitely still a business model that you can do, and I highly recommend it. It has been so much fun, such a great learning experience. But Shopify is basically where you outsource items. You find a product and then you bring it in front of a customer through marketing, and then you will put that item on your store. The customer goes to your store, purchases that item. You take that money that they give you and purchase it from the supplier, and then the supplier will ship it off to the customer. So you never have to purchase any inventory. You will just be kind of the middleman in a sense, just bringing the customer to the supplier, and then being able to kind of reap the benefits of being able to get the profit margin without having to pay for the inventory upfront. So Shopify is a great business because you don't need really that much startup capital to get started. You don't have to buy a bunch of inventory. It's basically just your membership, the apps that you use, and then ads, which compared to a lot of businesses that people start in terms of starting up restaurants or beauty places, you know, like actual buildings where people have startup costs, which are hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a very small amount. The fourth business that you can start is Amazon FBA. This was the second business that I had started right after my eBay business. And essentially what you do is you outsource products from China or, you know, wherever, but I used Alibaba, which is very popular. And you find an item, you negotiate pricing, and then you purchase a certain number of units, you pay for shipping, and then they ship all of those units to the Amazon warehouse. And all you have to do is focus on advertising from then on, because whenever there's a sale, Amazon fulfills it for you. So it's very nice to not have all that inventory in your house and to have Amazon fulfill it for you. Amazon FBA is a really great business to start. However, you do have to have that startup capital. So you do have to have, I would say, between $1,500 and $5,000 to get started on a really good product. I had seen in a lot of the Facebook groups that people had spent $7,000, $10,000, even $15,000 on their first product just trying out, which is crazy, but I mean, it's really an investment to make that profit back. So pretty much the last business that I would say to get started on, if you've ever thought about it, is YouTube. If you've ever wanted to make a YouTube channel around your passion, or just even a lifestyle channel, beauty channel, travel channel, anything that you've been wanting to start, get started. That's something that you can really do right now. Like after this video, you can just take out your phone. I'm recording this on my iPhone right now. It's nothing fancy. I just have to figure out, this is not even the best lighting, but I had to figure out just a spot to sit at. And it's going to be a little weird in the beginning. You're going to be a little uncomfortable. I'm still at the beginning of these videos. I sit here and I stare at the camera and I'm like, what do I say? But you really just have to start talking, and then it just comes out, and whatever you want to say, you know, your personality comes out. So I think that YouTube is a great thing to start in 2018. Don't think it's too saturated. It's not too saturated with people. People can be subscribed to thousands of channels, so don't think that you're going to be left out. Just be who you are. Keep making videos. Try to be consistent. I need to be consistent. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about the 5 businesses that you can start. Pick one to start for right now. Get it going for a few months. Master it in the sense of that you're understanding it a lot more than just a new beginner, and figure out if it's working for you. Right now I am still doing eBay while I'm doing Shopify, because that is fueling the funds for me to grow my Shopify store, to be able to make more money, essentially. So I don't want to use my money from my 9-to-5 job, because that is to pay bills and to put towards savings. So I'm hoping that my side business will fuel my other side business, and that will make it not a side business anymore, and it will be more of a full-time income. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.